Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with chapter 13, Why Do We Fall Ill? Before starting with the chapter, can someone tell me why do we fall ill? Yes, very good. Anyone? Yes, you can try. Very good. We fall ill because when we are eating contaminated food, when we are drinking contaminated water, when we are breathing contaminated air, when we are not maintaining personal hygiene, when we are staying in a dirty environment, when we are not wearing clean clothes, these all things, these all factors matter a lot. And out of these factors, any one factor can lead to ill health, can lead to disease. What is the actual meaning of disease? Dis-ease. That means the person is at discomfort, not at ease. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Now we have seen that cells are the basic units of organisms. Cells are made of a variety of chemical substances, proteins, carbohydrates, fats or lipids, and so on. Cell is a dynamic place. Something or the other is always happening inside our body. Complex reactions and repair goes on in the cells. New cells are being made in our organs or tissues. There are various specialized activities going on. The heart is beating, the lungs are breathing, the kidney is filtering urine, the brain is thinking. All these activities are interconnected. For example, if the kidneys stop filtering the urine, what will happen? As you know, the entire body will be having toxic substances in it, right? And here, toxic substances, if it remains in the body, it is going to cause a lot of harm. So, body has to remove it, right? So, under such conditions, the brain will not be able to think properly. For all these interconnected activities, energy and raw materials are needed, and that is why food is very much required. Anything that prevents proper functioning of cells and tissues will lead to a lack of proper activity of the body, right? So, we will be discussing here regarding health and its failure in the next topic. Now, before talking about this, let's discuss what is health. Health in generally means free from illness, disease, injury or pain, lack of physical fitness. Health can be defined as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. Remember here, merely not having the disease doesn't mean that you're healthy. You have to be physically, mentally and socially healthy, right? If I talk about, few examples are being mentioned, we often say that okay, my grandmother's health is not good. Our teachers use it when they scold us, saying this is not a healthy attitude, right? So what does the word health mean? We know that if for a grandmother, being able to go out to the market or to visit neighbors is well-being, and not being able to do so is poor health, right? If we are interested and if we are following the teaching in the classroom so that we understand everything, we call it as healthy attitude, while not being interested is called opposite. Health is therefore as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. Now, if I talk about the factors to achieve good health, okay. Now, as you know, the person should eat a balanced diet, okay, fruits and vegetables, meat, fish, eggs, beans, food and drinks high in fat or sugar should be avoided, milk and dairy products should be consumed, okay, bread, rice, potatoes, pasta. Now, here they are trying to convey that body needs 5 nutrients, as you know: proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins and minerals, right? So these are required very much. Our body doesn't know what are we eating. Our body only knows here that whatever you eat should have all these nutrients in it. Now here maintaining personal hygiene is also very important. Community hygiene is also very important. At the same time, regular exercise, doing pranayams here all will lead to good health. Okay. Let's talk about again the stress management here in today's world. People are facing a lot of diseases, and it is all due to the stress which they are taking. Food and diet, here we are very much dependent on the fast food, right? So here these all lifestyle changes, exercise, only few days, only on Sundays maybe the person is doing exercise. So again, regular exercise is very important. We should spend time with family and friends also. That will again lead to good health, and we should get sufficient sleep of 7 to 8 hours. This all will ensure that you remain in good health. As I told you, health means physical, mental and social well-being of a person. We are not only talking about the physical health, as I told you, we are talking about social health also, social fitness and mental fitness. That's very, very important. Now, what are the important characteristics of a person having good health? The person should be free from sickness and diseases, free from unnecessary anxiety, free from social and psychological tensions, self confidence, feeling joy in living, ability to work efficiently and its best. Now, person who having these all characteristics will be in good health. Now, if I talk about personal and community issues, both matter for health. We're moving to the next topic. Now, here it means health is a state of physical, mental, and social well being. It cannot be something that we can achieve it, individually. If we are living in a society, we have to ensure that we are maintaining personal hygiene. Along with that, we have to ensure that we are maintaining community hygiene, because through community there are n number of diseases which are being spread. If we are keeping our house clean, if we are keeping ourselves clean, and at the same time we are throwing garbage outside our house next to neighbor's house, right? So these all practices are not required. These all are not hygienic practices. Okay, so we have to ensure that we are maintaining personal hygiene as well as community hygiene. The health of all organisms will depend on their surroundings or their environment. The environment includes the physical environment. So, for example, health is at risk in a cyclone in many ways. Human beings, that they live in societies, our social environment is also very important in individual health. It should not happen, that you are super intelligent, but you're not talking to your relatives, you're not talking to your neighbors, you don't have friends. That is again, is not right for your mental health. So you have to ensure that you're talking well with your neighbors, you're socializing for your social health, right? At the same time, you know how to deal with the pressure. If you have examination pressure at that time, it should not happen that you see the question paper and you become blank. No, you should know how to deal with pressure. For that, you need to ensure that you have done good preparation for your exams, so that you don't panic, you don't become anxious, okay, and you are ready to deal with all the questions which are asked in the exam or test. Now, we live in villages, towns, or cities. In such places, even our physical environment is decided by our social environment. Just imagine, if there is no agency for cleaning the garbage, what will happen? The garbage which we usually generate in our house every day, the garbage collector vans, they are coming and they're collecting the garbage. Just imagine, VMC people, they're coming and collecting. If they do not come one day, 2 day, what will be the condition of your house? It will smell bad, the garbage will start degrading, it will stink, right? Just imagine, and here we usually call them, that kachre wala aaya, kachre wala. Actually, they are cleaners, they are helping us in cleaning our house, they're helping us in maintaining hygiene. So we should call them, in fact, instead of kachre wala, we should call them as cleaners. They're cleaning a house. Just imagine if they do not come, the garbage will stink. It may become a spread center for the diseases, right? So here we have to ensure. So if there is a great deal of garbage thrown in our streets, or if there is open drain water lying stagnant water where we live, the possibility of poor health increases, right? So we have to ensure public cleanliness is very, very important for individual health, and that is why we have corporation, in which we have all the cities corporation. If I talk about Vadodara Municipal Corporation, in the same way we have AMC, Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation. So they ensure that the open drains are not there. If at all the drainage pipelines are choked, these all things, that's very important. That's public hygiene, that will only be leading to individual health. So importance of good health are good physical and social environment, good economic conditions, social equality and harmony. Now here they have talked about a great point here. If I talk about good economic conditions, economic here means we are talking about equality, right? So we should provide conditions to poor people also where they could generate some money. Before that, we should provide them education, right? The children should get free of cost education, and that they are getting. The government has already made Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan. The education is free for the children from 6 to 14 years of age in all the government schools. Along with that, now we have, in the private schools also we have RT students, right? So here the point is what, that once they study well, they will be able to earn money, right? Once they earn money, they will be having good food, okay? They'll be living in good conditions, good environment, good hygiene, and they won't be falling ill. And here at the same time, here they'll be searching for good societies where they can live. So it's a vicious circle. If they are poverty, if they are poor, it will lead to poor health, poor hygiene, poor public hygiene, poor sanitation, and then they will be falling ill frequently. So if we focus on education, right, through education they all will be literate, they will be able to earn some amount of money, and then they'll be having family, and they'll be having good food, and they won't be falling ill quite often. Okay, so it's a vicious cycle. Now if you open your textbook, page number 177, let's talk about the 5 F's, what is to be done. Fecal matter, previously people used to defecate outside their houses, they used to go in the croplands, they used to defecate there. Now when government has changed, the government is very much imposing that the people should defecate in the toilets, they should not defecate outside. You must have seen people defecating on the railway tracks also. These all practices were there. But now as we have shauchalaya, shauchalaya has to be made, it's compulsory, and government has provided lot of fund to the villagers where they are supposed to be constructing the toilets near their houses so that they don't have to go somewhere else. So if fecal matter is there, the water will get contaminated, because people used to defecate near a pond or a river body, right? They used to wash their clothes. Now protect the water source, treat and store water safely. Wash hands before preparing and taking food. Wash hands after defecation, that's very, very important. Cover the food, always the housefly is going to sit on the worst thing as well as the best thing. It is going to sit on the excreta, it is going to sit on the gulab jamun also, right? So here we have to ensure that all the food is being covered. Then clean vegetables and fruits before use. Always the vegetables and fruits should be washed before use. It should not be cut and after that it should be washed. No. Avoid open defecation, that should be avoided completely. Proper drainage system should be there, and once the water is being collected, it should be treated well, and so that it can be released in the river or pond. It should not be released directly, because it has to be treated, because it is waste from the bathroom, from the toilet, it is coming out, it is having feces, right? So it has to be treated well. So these are the prevention of transmission of diseases by maintaining sanitation and hygiene, and these are 5 F's. Okay children, now let's move to the next topic, that is difference between healthy and disease free. As we have discussed, healthy means a person who is physically, mentally and socially healthy. If I talk about disease free, only the person is disease free. Only the physical fitness is there. We do not know what is the social fitness, what is the mental fitness. We do not know that. Healthy means we are referring to individual, physical and social environment. Disease free, it refers only to the individual. Healthy means the individual has good health. The individual may have good health or poor health. We do not know about it. They are spread through some agencies such as air, food, contact, insects, etc. Now disease free, they do not spread through any agency. I will discuss a few examples here. Disease, in other words, literally means being uncomfortable. The word is used in a more limited meaning. We talk of disease when we find a specific and particular cause for discomfort. This does not mean that we have to know the absolute final cause. We can say that someone is suffering from diarrhea without exactly what has caused the loose motions. We do not know. We can now easily see that it is possible to be in poor health without actually suffering from a particular disease. Simply not being diseased is not the same as being healthy. We have discussed that. Good health for a dancer may mean being able to stretch his body into difficult but graceful positions. On the other hand, good health for a musician may mean having enough breathing capacity in his or her lungs to control the notes from his or her flute. To have the opportunity to realize the unique potential in all of us is also necessary for real health. Okay, so we can be in poor health without there being a simple cause in the form of an identifiable disease. And that is why we are talking about a healthy society wherein the person is physically, mentally, and socially fit. Now, there are three questions. Let us discuss those questions.